Corrupt Platau in northern Thailand, many fossilizer plant and animal remains have been uncovered. For example, Samothraceaus, a small T-Rex. In neighboring Chayapum province, the parabid dinosaur called Fuyangosaurus, first populated in Thailand by Mon and Khmer groups in the years before recorded history, and then by the Thai and extinct group who traveled from southern China to Vietnam, Laos, and northern Thailand. First century of the Common Era, the Thai people had migrated across Yunnan, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar. Second century Common Era, the Srivijaya Empire of Sumatra pushed its reach up the Malaysian Peninsula into southern Thailand. From the 6th through the 9th centuries, the Mon civilization of Dvaravati flourished in the rich central plains. From the 9th through 11th century, the Khmers of Angkor expanded their kingdom to include most of modern day.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mohamad Sharif. Now we go to the motivation factor. Motivation of the tourist can be divided into two. There is internal and external factor of motivation. Internal factors direct and integrate a person's behavior and influence his or her decision for traveling, whereas external motivate in tourism that can influence tourists and pull them toward a certain motivation and subsequent decision. We go to the internal factor of motivation. The first one is intrinsic motivation. It can be told to satisfy their psychological needs such as exploring capabilities and novelty, traveling self-expression, and self-assurance. The other intrinsic factor of motivation are attitude of tourism. Knowledge of a person, object or place combine positive or negative feelings about the same. They go to Thailand because they know about this place very well and already make research before going in. They also think that they should repeat the same location if they were very satisfied with their vacation. Second is tourist perception. By observing, getting knowledge, or listening, a tourist form the perception about a place, person, or object. Thai resident and international visitors felt cultural sightseeing, friendly people, and food were significantly important when thinking of Thailand as a tourist destination, while international visitors felt that nightlife and entertainment were significantly more important than that of Thai residents. Many tourists think that Thailand is not just famous for its tropical beaches, but that country is also famed for its amazing rural location that cater extremely well for tourists despite seemingly being in the middle of nowhere. Next, we go to the external factor. The first one is place of origin. The grooming of the tourist depends upon the place of its origin. For example, for the Indian married woman, tourism might come last in the list of preferential things they wish to do, whereas for American ladies, tourism would acquire a much higher rank. They go to Thailand because it was their origin place, and it also can be other ways for them to explore their own country because maybe having a long journey. The second external factor is family and age. The family matters when it comes to structure and income. Today, families with a nuclear structure, a double income, tend to option for long-distance extravagant tourism more than joint families or families with a single earning member who is interested in visiting domestic places. Other than that, they also travel for shopping. People will shop when there are many shopping motivations during trip, such as low currency rates and bargain prices. Tourists also buy gifts as souvenirs of travel destination or for steadying the relationship with people. They probably just want to escape from the workday and experience other culture. And the last one is travel for business. Travel for business is when someone or people travel because of their work as the main purpose. Business travel is one of the most ancient tourism styles. Today, businessmen have to travel more frequently because of many purposes. They have to present at the meeting, conference, training course, exhibition, and trade shows. The capital of Thailand, Bangkok, is one of Asia's most important business hubs, while it may not have the rich tech reputation of other Asian capital cities.
The Thai tourist sector suffered at the start of 2014. Anti-government protesters shut down Bangkok government's building on January 13, 2014, prompting some tourists to leave the Thai city. Stat forecast a 5% reduction in arrival in the first quarter of 2014. Revenue from tourism are also likely to fall marginally. Tourist arrival total 24.7 million in 2014, 6.6% decrease from 2013. Minister of Tourism and Sport, Kopkan Watanavarangkul, blamed the drop to the county political upheaval in the first half of 2014, which deterred many potential visitors.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MOHAMAD. So I would like to present my topic, which is issue and challenges 1, pandemic COVID-19. Tourism generates 20% of Thailand wealth, but when the COVID-19 appears at Thailand at early 2020, so the tourism Thailand industry were immediately closed by the Thai government for prevent the spread of this coronavirus. So currently the cases in Thailand has reached 100,000 cases. About 65,153 are confirmed cases, and then 188 newly confirmed cases each day. But their government has stated that no locally transmitted the infection. So many tourists are afraid to travel up to Thailand because of this pandemic. And the issue of restriction on travel abroad by another country has also caused the restriction of the tourism sector in Thailand. So I hope this threat immediately can be settled by in worldwide also, not just in Thailand. So that's all.
Assalamualaikum, my name is FAIZ and I will present the issue and challenging of tourism industry in Thailand. There are 3 points of that, but I will present 2 only. The first one is Thai government outbreak. Thailand tourism sector suffered in early 2014 as a result of political unrest that began in October 2013. Anti-government protesters closed Bangkok's government building on January 13, 2014, prompting some tourists to leave the Thai city. TAT forecasts a 5% reduction in arrival in the first quarter of 2014, with total visitors down by 260,000 from the previous target. Revenue from the tourism also tend to drop slightly from 1.44 trillion. Tourist arrival totaled 24.7 million in 2014, a decrease of 6.6% from 2013. Tourism revenue amounted to 1.13 trillion baht, down 5.8% from the previous year. Thailand Tourism and Sport Minister blamed that decline on the country political turmoil in the first half of 2014, which deterred many potential visitors. The second one is Thai ended martial law. Thailand emergency law expired in early April 2015 and was replaced by Article 44 in the interim constitution, which gives full power to the Prime Minister. The word martial law are poisonous to foreign democrats, but more to foreign travel insurance firms which refuse to insure visitors which countries where martial law apply. Once the emergency law was repealed, the tourism industry quickly recovered. High-spending visitors arrived from Europe and the United States are projected to increase, according to Deputy Prime Minister.
As we can conclude that Thailand's history, geography and view increase people to come to the country. This factor of tourism needs to be emphasized and all people need to be responsible to take a good care of it. In the 20th century, Thailand was filled with modern political boundaries. The country and their people in various cultural, linguistic and religious backgrounds to prevent people move to other places. Other than that, Thailand's country can preserve their historical, their uniqueness and their beautiful view by create rules for tourists. There are also needs to remind their people and tourists who not do anything that can destructive their place. Thailand government also can provide financial allocation for upgrades and repair infrastructure for tourist convenience. For an example, upgrading airport facility.